The command deck of the inevitable conquest was silent except for the constant ping of incoming distress reports. Admiral Thalrex Vornak stood rigid, hands tightening behind his back as the tactical display bled red. Dropships lost, ground units isolated, entire sectors going dark. "This is unprecedented," Major Calrex Vin muttered from the defense station. His mandibles clicked nervously. "We've never seen resistance like this from a Class 3 world." "We've never seen humans," Science Officer Liren Vetar said quietly, though she immediately regretted saying the word aloud. Thalrex's 3 primary eyes cut toward her. "Do not use that name," he snapped. "They are primitives, and primitives can be crushed." Commander Draxus Corval stepped closer, voice rough. "With respect, Admiral, our current tactics aren't working. We're losing too many ships too fast. If we regroup—" "No," Thalrex's mandibles flared. "The Emperor ordered me to take this planet. If we retreat now, we hand them a propaganda victory. Redirect orbital fire to suppress their cities. Starve them into submission." A pause. No one moved. "Do it." The bridge crew obeyed, but no one said what they were all thinking, that the Admiral's voice had begun to crack. In a fortified underground garage outside Warsaw, a team of human engineers huddled around the gutted shell of an Imperial drone. Sparks flew as they tore out alien circuits, slamming components onto workbenches already littered with scavenged parts. "This energy core's insane," one engineer said, sweat streaking his oil-smeared face. "It's the size of a beer can and could probably level a block if we overcharge it." "Then we overcharge all of them," the lead engineer said. She was a wiry woman with bright, sleepless eyes. "Hook them to the remote detonation rigs. I want them mounted on every quadcopter, bike, and delivery bot we've got." "But they'll be unstable." "Good." The others exchanged a glance, then got back to work. Humans didn't need their bombs to be safe. They needed them to work once. At the same time, across a network of secure cables strung between bunkers and basements, Earth's best hackers were dissecting alien code. "We've cracked part of their comm encryption," a voice announced over the shared channel. "It's quantum layered, but they didn't design it to handle chaos. We're flooding their nodes with random packets, meme loops, fake distress calls, anything to overload their firewalls." A second voice broke in, triumphant. "And we've hijacked 3 of their surveillance drones. Feeds are live. We can see their troop movements. Patch it into the defense force." General Cassandra Holt said from her subterranean command center. She leaned over the table, eyes locked on the alien icons moving across the holographic map of the globe. "We know where they are. Now we hit back." Chicago burned. Imperial soldiers stalked through collapsed streets, their energy weapons carving through concrete as they rooted out resistance cells. And then the traps began to spring. Booby-trapped cars detonated under their feet. Quadcopters with alien cores strapped to their frames dived from the sky, exploding in brilliant white fire. Human snipers using reverse-engineered Imperial rifles picked off soldiers with unnerving accuracy. By the time reinforcements arrived, the first wave had been wiped out. Similar scenes unfolded across the planet. In Cairo, human commandos lured Imperial troops into narrow alleys rigged with collapsing buildings. In Manila, hackers opened Imperial comms and fed false orders, sending entire squads marching into ambushes. In Berlin, captured dropships were refitted as makeshift bombers, piloted by volunteers with no intention of returning. Everywhere the Imperium struck, Earth struck back harder. The bridge of the inevitable conquest was a storm of noise and flashing alerts. "Admiral," Litter Soraya Kin called from communications. "Our ground units report humans have captured 16 dropships intact. They're dismantling our propulsion systems and weapons arrays on site." Thalrex's mandibles clicked violently. "Impossible," They can't possibly understand our technology in this time frame. Sir, Liren said, clutching her datapad, the ancient texts. Enough, Thalrex spun on her, towering. I will not be lectured about myths. But before he could continue, Draxus spoke up from the tactical station, voice grim. Admiral, we've lost contact with 35% of our deployed forces. And Sector 9 just went dark, entire battalion. No survivors. Thalrex's complexion deepened to a mottled purple, the color of stress. Then we burn them out, he said, voice trembling. No more subtlety. I want orbital strikes on every city that resists. Draxus hesitated. That could destabilize the planets. I don't care, Thalrex bellowed. Do it! But even as the words left his mouth, Soraya's console lit up with a new alert. Admiral, she said, voice thin, the humans are broadcasting on our secure frequencies. The main screen flickered, then resolved into a human face, young, bloodied, his expression a mask of grim determination. To the alien invaders, he said, speaking in a dialect that the ship's translator struggled to catch up with. This is Earth. We know who you are. We know what you've done to other worlds. He leaned closer, eyes blazing. We're not like them. You will not win here. Leave now, or we make you pay for every life you take. The feed cut. On the bridge, no one moved. They cracked our encryption, Soraya whispered. That's not possible. It is, Liren said softly, if they are humans. Thalrex turned on her, mandibles quivering. I told you never to, but Draxus interrupted, voice grave. Sir, if they can broadcast on our channels, they can listen to our channels. Every order you've given, they've heard it. Earth's cyber warfare teams went on the offensive. Using hijacked Imperial comm nodes, they flooded the fleet's networks with falsified orders, nonsense commands, and viral data loops. Systems slowed, firewalls collapsed. Automated defense programs spent precious processing power trying to filter spam and absurd images that the humans called memes. Inside the inevitable conquest, critical systems began to lag. Weapon calibrations misfired. Targeting arrays went offline. Admiral, Calrex shouted, our defense grid is confused. It's prioritizing meaningless data. I can't. Fix it, Thalrex roared. But his voice was drowned out by another alarm. Admiral, Soraya said, antennae trembling. Human boarding craft detected. Multiple vectors. They're coming straight for us. How? Thalrex demanded. We're in high orbit. They can't possibly. They're using our own drop ships, Draxus said, eyes narrowing at the tactical display. The ones they captured. And they've stripped out the safety protocols. They're coming in fast. In the black of space, a half-dozen captured Imperial dropships streaked toward the inevitable conquest, their engines burning hotter than they'd ever been designed to run. Inside the lead craft, Commander Nathan Cross gripped the controls with white-knuckled hands. His jaw was clenched, his voice steady over the comms. 30 seconds to contact, he said. Stay tight. Hit hard. Remember why we're here. The soldiers strapped in behind him, special forces from every nation on Earth, checked weapons scavenged from dead Imperial soldiers. Energy rifles, plasma grenades, hacked drones. They looked like a patchwork army, but their eyes burned with the same fire. 20 seconds, Cross said. May God forgive us, someone whispered. The first drop ship hit the inevitable conquest's hull like a spear, tearing through outer plating before detonating in a blinding fireball. 2 more followed, carving holes in the warship's armor as human boarding teams surged through the breaches. Alarms howled on the command deck. Atmosphere vented from ruptured compartments. Boarders, Calrex shouted. Humans are on the ship. We need security teams now. They can't possibly hope to capture the conquest, Thalrex snarled. There are 12,000 Imperials aboard. They don't need the whole ship, Draxus said grimly. They only need the engine room. And the bridge, Thalrex drew himself up, cape swirling as he faced the crew. Seal the bridge. Deploy automated defenses. We hold this deck or we die. Weapons racks snapped open, arming the bridge officers. Calrex hefted an energy rifle. Soraya moved to lock down the blast doors. Lear and Venar, clutching her datapad, looked up at the Admiral. Sir, if these are humans, the ancient texts said they don't stop. Not until they've won. Thalrex stared at her, all 5 of his eyes unblinking. Then, they will learn what happens when they challenge the Imperium, he said. But even as he spoke, he could feel the ship shuddering under the assault. For the first time, he allowed himself to think what he had sworn he never would. We might not win this.